Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another Sundays at Tiffany's, where we get motivated for the week ahead with cooking or cleaning, organizing, all of that kind of stuff. But today we are doing a grocery haul along with a little bit of an ingredient prep. I'm also going to be showing you a delicious recipe for a meal, as well as a delicious and healthy muffin recipe. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. But first we're going to get into this grocery haul. The first things that I'm showing you are the meat, so I can go ahead and put them away. We have chicken thighs, chicken tenders, ground turkey, chicken breast tenders for the kids, some sausage, turkey, bacon. This is frozen salmon. I haven't tried it yet, but it looked pretty interesting. It was a great price for wild caught salmon, and it seems like a pretty easy weeknight meal. Go ahead and throw some steamable rice packets in the microwave. But yeah, that's definitely an easy weeknight dinner, and I'll have to update you and let you know how we liked it. Have you ever tried this before? If you have, comment down below. And for frozen items, we have those gluten-free Vans waffles. You know, we love those. Some blueberries, some pineapples. These are all for smoothies, as well as these mango chunks. And also, I've been getting Starbucks iced coffee just to be able to make the coffee at home. That was my first time getting dark roast. I normally get just the regular one. Some seltzer waters, whipped cream, of course, half and half, milk. So the things we get every week. Some almond milk. I like to use that for overnight oats. The same with the coconut milk. And now this Silk oatmeal creamer. It's like a oatmeal cookie flavor. I'm literally obsessed with it, and now I'm scared that they're not going to have it again now that I'm addicted to it. But it is so good. I've never frothed it. I didn't even need to froth it. It's just so good on its own. You have to try it. Some mozzarella cheese, feta, so I can make the TikTok pasta again. I really liked it, and it's super easy. These little hummus and guacamole packs for both myself and Ella. We're the only two people in the house that like that. Yogurt, cheese. This coconut milk yogurt is for a certain smoothie that I make. And then we have these little mini muffins. I pack them in the boys' lunches for school. And I really love the Canyon Bakehouse bread. So we have one that's 7 grain, which is what I like. And then Chris and the kids like these other ones here. Some blueberry bagels along with some everything bagels. The everything bagels are nice because they don't have sesame in it, and Chris is allergic to sesame. We got some yellow peppers, lemons, avocados were on sale for $1 each. Some fresh basil to go along with my TikTok pasta. And then just a bunch of fruit. This was our first time trying those candy snap grapes, and the kids really liked it. And like I said, I was doing the TikTok pasta, so that's what their tomatoes are for. Plus I like them just with my eggs and everything. Zucchini, broccoli, shredded lettuce, butter lettuce. Lots of bananas for smoothies, plus the kids love them. And then we have some carrots, green apples. The kids have been loving the green apples. I use them in smoothies, but they like them on their own. And then some lunchbox snacks. And if you're new here, my kids, they're not allowed to bring a lunchbox to school, so everything they bring has to be disposable. I don't really understand how it makes any sense, but yeah. And then we'll get some fruit snacks, fruit leather, fruit twist. We love these. And then some gluten-free rice and lentil pasta. We need a foil, gluten-free crackers, these little bananagrams, oh my gosh, Tiffany, bunny grams, the kids love those, and Alara bars. And the seeds of change. This is a nice thing just to throw in the microwave on a busy weeknight where you can't really come up with a dinner. And then strawberry jelly, but that is it. So let's go ahead and get all of the produce ready, as well as put everything away. I'm going to put away the meats and everything first. I already put the frozen stuff away, and then we're just going to prep all of our produce like I mentioned earlier, as well as put snacks and stuff away. And I'm also going to make some lunch for Chris and I. I also wanted to show you how I save some space in my freezer. I took the waffles out of the packaging, and then I'm just putting what type of waffles they are with some permanent marker on the bag just to clear up some space. And then I'm making myself an iced coffee. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or not, but if you do, you probably know that my fridge is broken now. it started just like going crazy, like beeping. It's brand new. We've already had to replace our brand new KitchenAid dishwasher. We only got to use it twice, and then it broke 2 different times, so they finally just gave us a whole new dishwasher. And now our fridge is just like beeping, and the screen is like going like on and off and changing the temperature in the fridge. So yeah, they're actually giving us a new fridge this weekend. It's just so crazy. I swear old appliances is where it's at. So before I get into putting everything away and washing our produce, I'm actually going to make some lunch for Chris and I. We are having, it's like a sweet potato and broccoli donburi, and it was so delicious. We even had leftovers and ate it for lunch the following day as well, but it was so good. You guys have to try this recipe. I'd also like to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring this portion of today's video. You know, we've been getting HelloFresh delivered for about like 4 years now, and it is just a go-to for our family. Of course, you can use this for dinners, make easy dinners and all of that, but we like to use it for lunch as well. But anyway, HelloFresh recipes are so delicious. They offer so many recipes to choose from each week, and just kind of helps you break you out of that like recipe rut, which I get into all the time, especially because I like to meal plan and everything, and sometimes I just feel like we're eating the same things over and over again. So I really like it for that reason. I also like that you save time and stress effortlessly, so you can look out for quick and easy meals that they have now. They even have oven ready and 10 to 20 minute meals. Another great thing about HelloFresh is that they can help you eat more sustainably. Their pre-portioned ingredients mean there's less prep and less wasted food, which is important. We work really hard not to waste food in our house. You know, I meal prep a lot of different things, and I really do enjoy eating at home when we can, and it's nice to just not waste food. It's also flexible and fits your lifestyle. You can even change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you want to. And they're also committed to giving back. So HelloFresh is committed to making fresh, delicious food available now more than ever, and has taken extra steps to keep employees and customers safe. And they've even donated over 4 million meals to charity in 2020. So make sure to check out HelloFresh. I even have my in-laws using HelloFresh weekly, and they love it, as well as my grandparents. And I just love that our whole family can use it to make life easier, because we all need a little break sometimes. So if you want to check out HelloFresh, I'll have everything linked in the description box below. But use code Beastons12 to get up to 12 free meals across your first 4 HelloFresh boxes, including free shipping. So as you saw, I went ahead and prepped all of my produce, and now I'm just making the rice. So I just melted some butter with the scallion whites, added the rice in, sauteed it a little bit, and then I'm adding water. And then once this comes to a boil, I'm just going to let it simmer for a little while. For the veggies, I'm just going to toss these in some salt and pepper and olive oil and roast them on 425 for about 25 minutes. So now I'm just working on the sauces. I'm doing the miso with some honey and some fresh squeezed lime juice. And I'm kind of showing you how I'm working, like how I normally work, which is how I'm all over the place. You saw I just put the rice down to a simmer, and now I'm making the other sauce. So this sauce that I'm making right here, I'm just going to toss the broccoli in once it's done. It was so good. It has like a sweet and just like delicious flavor, but I feel like the sauce really made it for me. And then the other thing that you see here is just some mayonnaise mixed with some sriracha, and that goes on top once the dish is complete. And now I'm just adding a little bit of water just to make it to like a more of a drizzling consistency. Next, I'm just chopping up the rest of our scallions that we will top our dish with. So I let all that cook. I'm going to start the water for our produce. everyone asks about like how quickly we go through produce and if it goes bad. And I do have to say it depends on like how large your family is too, because we do have 4 kids, 3 that are eating, plus Chris and I, we do go through our produce. So I don't know. I guess it depends how much you buy based on your family. But yeah, ours doesn't really go bad because we eat it so quickly. I also just ordered new produce containers for a fridge organization video that I'm doing. I'm going to start like a new organizational series on my channel. So if you have any spaces that you need organization ideas for or want to see organized, leave that down in the comments. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've already ordered a bunch of organizers and things just to make my life easier. So yeah, and plus you know that I truly love organizing. It's just like so satisfying and relaxing for me. I feel like a lot of people can relate that when they have anxiety, organizing really helps them just feel more at peace. But yeah, I'm letting this fruit and veggies soak in the Thieves fruit and veggie soak. And then I'm just going to let the water out here and then give everything a quick rinse. But first, I know that our veggies are done, so I'm taking that out now. I think it's important to show you like how I do all of the things that I do, because I truly am like all over the place, and that's just how I am in real life. So now I'm just making the eggs to go on top of the dish. You can break the yolk if you want, or like leave the yolks a little bit runny. A lot of times people leave them runny so that the yolk can kind of be like a part of the sauce for the dish. But once the broccoli's done, I'm tossing it in that sweet miso and honey sauce that I made, that I'm telling you is just to die for. And then just making our bowls. This was so delicious. I definitely need to get this meal again. But again, if you want to check out HelloFresh, all you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com and use code Beastons12 to get 12 free meals across 4 boxes. Again, I'll have everything linked in the description box below. Finally, I'm just putting all of the produce that I already washed away, and then I'm going to wash some more and put that away. I'm also going to put some water in a little mason jar for my basil. So like I mentioned earlier, I am saving the leftovers, and Chris and I had this for lunch 2 days later. It was still like just as delicious as the first day. I just made 2 eggs to go on top of it that day. So I did have some produce that looked like it was about to start turning, and I, like I said, just hate wasting produce like that. So I'm going to, even though I don't have a plan for this spaghetti squash, I'm just going to go ahead and make it so that we can use it up. And my new favorite way to make this is just to cut it this way and then put it in the Instant Pot on for 7 minutes on manual, and then I do a quick release once it's done, and it's perfect every time. The thing is, if you cut it in half like this versus lengthwise, it makes the noodles longer, or the spaghetti squash, I guess I should call it the spaghetti squash, spaghetti strands. It makes them longer, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's definitely my favorite way to make it now. And then for the peppers and stuff, so I'm cutting up some lengthwise like this because Ella and Tanner love them as a snack. I really like them too. So I cut them this way, and then I'm also going to cut some into chunks that I will use for roasting later on in the week. Moving on to my zucchini, I'm just going to cut this up to be able to roast later in the week for recipes as well. And then you're going to see that I'm going to grate some zucchini and some apples. So I love baking with zucchini. One, you can't taste it. Two, it adds nutrients like to your kids that won't eat vegetables. And three, it just makes whatever you're making really moist. Sorry, I know you guys hate that word. But yeah, it's really good, and it's just really great for baking, and I highly recommend it. Jessica Spires, who I talk about all the time on here, she's the one that's been helping me with my postpartum nutrition. She specializes in that. She also has a YouTube channel. She taught me that you can add zucchini to smoothies as well for some extra nutrients, so I do that with these also. So these apples were starting to kind of go bad. They're starting to get a little soft, so that's what inspired these muffins. All I did was Google gluten-free zucchini apple muffins, and I found a really easy blender recipe, which is even better because it's even less work. So I'll leave that linked in the description box below. But again, I'm all over the place because this is how I truly am in the kitchen. So the carrots, I got like a giant pack of them because one, the kids enjoy them as snacks and so do my dogs. But also they're great in recipes. So when I cut them up and I'm like looking for a vegetable to go with dinner, we love roasted carrots. They're just like naturally sweet and delicious. Now that everything is all prepped, I'm just going to finish putting everything away. By this point, I'm exhausted because I also grocery shopped that morning and took the kids to school, like did all that kind of thing. So you'll see like Tanner already had a bath and I'm still putting stuff away. But I recently just got irritated with Instacart. Not that it's their fault, but like there's just some things that you need to figure out yourself. So I just went to the grocery store myself so that like I could pick out my own substitutions. And I don't know, I just had a couple bad experiences recently. That doesn't mean I'm not going to use them again. It just means that I just needed to go to the grocery store myself that day. So now I just got the kids down to sleep and I'm moving on to the muffins, which by the way were a huge hit. The only person who didn't like them was Carter, and I think it's because they weren't sweet enough for him because I used coconut sugar. But Tanner loved them, which is a win because I know I was getting some veggies in him that way. Carter, I always rely on like him liking avocados. He really enjoys avocados and carrots and stuff, but Tanner is like repulsed by avocados, so yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, this recipe was pretty easy. It does have like a lot of ingredients, but I feel like any homemade baking kind of does. You don't need any flour in this recipe. They're naturally gluten-free because you're just using oats. Just make sure that the oats you're using are gluten-free. So I have all my ingredients in here except for my apples, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it up. Once it's all blended, I'm going to add my apples and blend it a little bit more. And I'll have this recipe linked in the description box below, but it was really delicious and totally worth trying. But you're going to bake these on 350. It depends on your oven, so I hate saying time, so I think mine wound up being done around the 25-minute mark. I'm a big fan of textural differences in all of my food, so I'm just adding some walnuts on top to one of the trays, and those are the ones that Chris and I wound up eating like right away. They're so good. I feel like you could also add raisins to this. That would be really good as well, just to give it like an extra sweetness and just a different texture. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on Tuesday.